Alright, Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm JustMoparJoe. So, I'm back on old Juan Carlos, and I'll show you what I've done since we last left off. I had to make that hose a little bit longer so it reached nicely. Got all my wires plugged in, minus the oxygen sensor wire. Typically it runs over here. You can see it right there in the manifold. I've got a bung that I'm actually going to weld in the header, and I think it will probably reach better for me on this side. So if I need to, I can go back and cut in the harness and kind of free it up. That way that harness will be as long as I need it to. But for now, I've extended it some, got it wrapped up, and I should be able to reach over here. Before I do headers, I was going to pull off the manifolds, but I figured I wanted to go ahead and fill this engine up with oil and prime the oil pump. I put my drill in the back, spun it, and I didn't see any hit my rockers yet, so I turned the motor over. And as I turned the motor over, it made a funny noise. I'll let you listen to it. Hopefully you caught that. I'm praying that it's the dust shield hitting the torque converter bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and unbolt it, look at the inside, see if it's rubbed any. And it goes behind the mini starter. Mini starter's missing the bottom nut. So I'll find one, throw on it. There's a spark plug, a couple of spark plug wires hanging down. So I pulled the dust shield off. It was rubbing. Let me show you that real quick. Good little rub right here. The whole thing, if you can see it, it got pretty bent up, put on while it was being put on. I thought I saw another one a second ago, but that one was good enough to make a racket. And right there was another one. And I'm underneath, and I'm thinking, well, if that's kind of bent up, I need to check those converter bolts. So I grab my wrench and throw on a converter bolt, and I go to twist it. I'll just show you. Let's look. So here we are. I'll throw my wrench on this converter bolt and go to twist it. And it does this. I'm like, what? Is the crankshaft flange broken? No. Watch the crankshaft flange, right? That's the tip of my finger there. It's going to be steel. But the flex plate moves and moves and moves. Why me? Why me? So guess what? Transmission, you got to come out. I'm hoping, since there's a lot of room up here, like that's a big amount of space there, I should be able to undo the mount in the back, undo bell housing bolts, transmission lines, just like I talked about with the Blue Meanie a couple weeks ago. The wires can even stay, I'll see. But yeah, transmission lines, kick down linkage, the shifting lever, park lever. I got to take all that off and drop that trans, or at least get my jack under it, move it way on back so I can get a torque wrench on the back of the crankshaft. So y'all hang out and I'll be right back with you. Here we are back. So I'll describe to you one more time. I guess I can just show you. Flex plate. Still loose. The bolts are all finger tight. So probably what had happened, you know, simple, easy mistake. You bolt it on when it's on the engine stand or something, and never come back by and tighten it up. But I've got my torque wrench ready. I'm going to torque those to 55 foot-pounds. That's what Summit Racing recommends. And bolt it back together. No biggie. I got my trans sitting on top of that. no step for a stepper, they say. That's it. Well, the transmission's back in just like it started the day, except I went ahead and left the starter out. It's there. And the dust shield, I bent it to where it's correctly on. Left the starter off because I'm going to do the headers first thing next week. And your flex plate bolts are tight, so I appreciate y'all watching. Let this be your friendly reminder. Don't forget to tighten your bolts. I'll see you next time.